Well, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to this wonderful program. I'm your host today, Robin Blanc Muscari, and we are here for a very special program. We've been doing this for 6 years now. For those of you that have been around, you know the drill, but it just keeps getting better. So today I get to host my friend, my coach, my mentor, the woman who has made, I can't even imagine what my life would be like without her. But her name is JJ Joshua, and she has been in my life since what, 1990 something, when we met in the corporate world. And she had a really fulfilling corporate career for many, many years, and that's how we met. And then we became friends, and the rest is history. But she does what's called miracle minded coaching, and she's been doing this for 26 years. And one of my favorite parts about this coaching is she can see the obstacles that I can't see. She can help remove those pesky little things that are in the way so life can flow. And the people she works with are people that are really, truly ready for transformation. And it's not for everyone, but these tools are for everyone. And she's going to share an amazing, really powerful, simple tool today. She's going to do about a half-hour presentation. Then we're going to open up for Q&A. So hold your questions. If you've worked with JJ and want to say something in the chat about the value, that would be wonderful. But let me see what else I want to say. JJ's practice is grounded in service to the higher loving light. And the famous quote from Einstein, you can't solve a problem from the same mode of thinking that created it. And she's all about the light, and that's our new branding, the light, be the light. And so many of our team members have worked with JJ, and and as we all know, and as you hear me say many times, this is a personal development program with a compensation plan. And there are times in our life where we just, it's just not working. There's something stuck. And when people go to work with JJ, transformation happens. So I'm going to share a quote from one of our leaders and bring JJ on and welcome JJ, who has been, uh, I can't even, words cannot even express the value you've had in my life and the people around me. And I am our family, my friends, our teammates. It has been profound. So, honey, you want to, there she is. Welcome, JJ.
Make me
It's
cry again, Robin.
it's a green day. I
It's a
love it.
green day in every way, opening the hearts of
I love
everyone.
it. So I'm going to start out and just share a quote from one of our leaders, Connie Lucas, who's done really beautiful work with JJ. And you can read along with me. I found I was always getting stuck at a certain point of success and seeming to carry around the same stuff. And I wasn't even sure it was mine. Working with JJ for the past 4 years has helped me achieve greater success professionally, financially, and in all my relationships with family, friends, and colleagues. JJ's unique coaching experience is available for anyone. She helps you effectively and efficiently take the trash out and move toward the life that you were born to live. Well, thank you, Connie. She wasn't able to be with us today, so I appreciate that quote. And we'll share a few more at the end, too. So now it is my absolute pleasure to turn things over to my friend, my mentor, my coach, the extraordinaire JJ Joshua. Yo, woman, welcome.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Gregory and Robin, and everyone that has got me to this moment. I was just thinking about how grateful I am for the journey that's gotten all of us to this moment. Excuse me. Sorry. So today we are entering the world of conscious completion and the power of letting go. You know, we're not really enculturated in our culture to let go. We're cultured to hang on psychologically. The sheer mass of storage units in America is mind blowing. We are enculturated to hold on. We don't get a lot of active training about letting go. And that's one of my specialties. And I'm so excited to share this with you today. So let's move to the next slide, Gregory. Why? Why get involved with conscious completions? So that you can thrive. You are born to thrive, peeps. You are born to be awesome. You're born to free your soul of the past. You are born to have abundance in every way, health, wealth, and happiness. You know, health is the first wealth. You are born to experience love, deep peace, and joy in your heart. You were born to remember and demonstrate your authentic innocence and worthiness. Worthiness is the truth, unworthiness is a lie. This is why you are born to thrive. Let's do this together. Next, please, Gregory. In order to transform, I see this every day in my coaching practice, we've got to let go. So let's just have a quick physics lesson. Right now, if your arms were full of, I don't know, 50 or so apples and cantaloupes, and you're literally full up with stuff in your arms, and someone said, here is the most precious fruit of all, but you're not willing to let anything go so that you could receive that precious fruit, well, that would not be very wise. So here we are today, learning how to let go so that in each moment we are able to receive and allow the divine intervention, the opportunities. One of the things that conscious completion does, when you make it a habit, you will notice immediately that your synchronicities increase because you're carrying around less garbage. I love that image of the butterfly trying so hard to get up the stairs with that rock around its neck. Let's go to the next, please. Why let go? We talked a little bit about that already, but the practice of it frees up powerful energy that's been trapped. So if you look at this diagram, the map of consciousness down there at the bottom of that iceberg, the unconscious mind, that's where my spiky senses are. That's my power process. I can look at trauma, shame, guilt, violence, secrets, frozen energy. That stuff down there is what's blocking us, no matter what our habits are, to keep moving forward. And the practice we're going to teach you today will help you get down there. And the practice of forgiveness and living in an intuitive, loving, joyful, peaceful life, that's at the top. That's where we want to live. Transforming stagnant energy into love activates true healing and true change in remembering your innocence and worthiness. Letting go brings the truth naturally forward. You don't have to earn this truth, you guys. You don't have to earn it. We do have to turn to it, though. Next one, please, Gregory. Okay, the benefits are so huge. We'll just go through a few more of them. But the main thing here is it stops shoulda, coulda thinking, which is a complete waste of your brilliant mind and your emotions and all those biochemical cocktails that come with all that. It activates your higher self. Your higher self knows who in your circle of your life and influence can be benefited by LifeWave. Your higher self knows this. Develop a relationship with your higher self by cleaning out the subconscious mind. That's all it is. It's clean out and you're more connected to your higher self. It's choosing the intention every day. So right now, let's do that. Let's join together. Let's all take a nice breath, if you would. Nice gentle breath. And let's choose together to receive and allow maximum healing, maximum benefit from this webinar today. So arms up is really a helpful body posture to open up your spiritual heart and your mind, and you just feel better when you put your arms up. This is a victory position. Arms up. We choose together to receive maximum benefit from this webinar today and from our association with these wonderful people, Robin and Gregory, and the whole community that you're involved with. Choose it, receive it, and let's get one word out of your vocabulary. If you don't hear anything else today, get the word want out of your vocabulary. Want. I mean, just the sound of it is wanting. I want my blankie, you know? We get the word want out. I choose to receive and allow maximum healing and benefit from today's work. It opens you to your intrinsic path of worthiness and innocence, which is where all wealth comes from, all health comes from. Next one, please.
Mm.
Okay, so what makes conscious completions work? And it's really quite mechanical, actually, which is why I have that symbol there on the slide. The two truths, which I'm going to share with you in a minute, and your authentic willingness. Without your willingness, nothing will change. Next slide, please. The true truths are so obvious that we never even think about them. But if we think about them, use them, and activate them, I live with these at least 20 times a day. I am saying out loud to myself whenever I have a self-judgment or a judgment of anything in the world, world leaders, global warming, it doesn't matter. Any judgment is placing me in as a place of victimhood, which is not an empowering state, and it's also lowering my frequency. So at the first sign of any kind of judgment in my mind, I will say out loud, everything happened in the only way it could have. And the proof of that is quite obvious, you guys. That is the way it happened. It didn't happen any other way. This is so obvious. It's like gravity. It's everywhere. And yet we often don't even think about this, that there is no such thing as shoulda, coulda. Shoulda, coulda thinking is an absolute waste of your spiritual life, your emotional life, and your mental genius. It's a waste because everything happened in the only way it could have. And then the second truth is everyone involved, everyone throughout history. This includes Hitler and Genghis Khan and everybody. Everyone involved did absolutely the best they could with what they knew and had available to them at the time. That means you. In every situation you've ever been in, what you did or were not able to do was the best you had to offer at that time, including you. Always. You did the best you could with what you knew, and everything happened in the only way it could have. I want you to know that you're going to be getting a 10-page handout should you want it. And the two truths are listed on that. And memorize these, guys. It's not very many words. Walk through your life with these mantras. Everything happened in the only way could have. It immediately takes you out of victim consciousness. And we are enculturated to be victims. It's everywhere in our consciousness. So if you want to rise above that, learn these two truths, memorize them, have them in the top of your brain all the time. Next slide, please. I just can't say enough about the two truths. Okay, so here we go. The two truths release you from victim consciousness. I once had a spiritual teacher. Oh man, she was a hard ass. She was a badass. And she said, do you not realize that even the slightest little complaint, like, oh, another gray day today here in the Pacific Northwest, it happens a lot. Oh, even the slightest complaint is a vote for your victimhood. There's nothing I can do about the weather. Am I going to be a victim to the weather, or am I just going to let the weather be the backdrop of my life? Victimhood is enculturated, but the two truths, get them, read them, memorize them. They will free you from victim consciousness in so many circumstances. And we will be victorious together. Next slide, please. Use the two truths to fuel and empower letting go. You can let go of even horrible trauma, even awful things that may have happened to you in your life when you understand that the perpetrators couldn't do any better and nothing could have been any different. You stop trying to fix the universe. You move into acceptance, forgiveness, and now look at you. You're flying high like a beautiful balloon. Next, please. Authentic willingness is intrinsically important to letting go. Like, you don't just say the words, but really mean them. I'm letting this go. So you want to be resolute with it, focused, willing, grateful for everything that's come, including your traumas, including the difficulties. Everything that's ever happened to you was perfect. It was the only way it could have happened to you or not happened to you. It's the only way. So the willingness, your attitude of, wow, I am going to live here in the moment. I am going to accept all that's happened. And I'm choosing this with resolute commitment to the now and to your empowered state. Next slide, please. Okay, there's two ways to do conscious completions. And the first one I'm going to teach you is a 5-minute practice that can be done daily. It can be done several times in a day. I'm in the habit of lunch is my biggest meal, and the meal that I put the most consciousness in was my lunch. And I do a conscious completion of everything that's happened from the moment I woke up until my lunch every day. So I pray on my lunch, I eat my lunch, and I do a conscious completion for the morning. So I'm ready for the afternoon. Next slide, we'll teach you how to do this. We're going to do it together. So the simple 5-minute conscious completion practice, you want to get your body into it. And we're going to say the words. You can say it with me if it's possible for you right now. I choose what to call complete. The universe rewards clarity. So right now, I am going to complete everything that's brought me from the moment I woke up to this moment. I'm calling that complete. And all I have to do is know and remember that everything happened in the only way it could have. And I did the best I could with what I knew and had available to me. The two truths repeated. Now, if you can stand up where you are, arms up. If you can't stand up, and please don't do this if you're driving, arms up in the air. Now, why is this? Because I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this. So I'm going to put this up on the calendar, close to the camera. We live on 4 levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Can you see those, Robin? Can you see them well enough? Okay. Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So you want to get your body into your intentional life. Arms up literally changes the biochemistry in your body. And you'll see Wonder Woman there along with Amy Cuddy. And Amy Cuddy is a woman, by the way, her TED Talk is the most watched TED Talk in TED Talk world. And it's Cuddy, Cuddy, and that resource will be available for you in the handout. Amy Cuddy is a psychologist at Harvard who did a research study of how to, she was literally trying to support people better when they were interviewing for their doctorships and going through job interviews. And she started analyzing the hormonal system of what happens when you're nervous, you're running cortisol, but when you're empowered, you're running testosterone. And she proved over a 2-year study that all you have to do to shift from fight or flight hormones to I've got this hormones is 2 minutes with your hands in the air. Okay, don't you love life hacks like that? Just 2 minutes, I can change my biochemical makeup from to wow, I've got this. Simple 5 minutes. So you get your arms up in the air, stand up if you can, and speak out loud the declaration of what you're completing in that moment. I am now completing everything that happened between when I woke up this morning and this very moment. I did the best I could with what I knew. It was really awesome, but I'm calling it complete. I come to the center right now. I come to the power of now, right now. And then you just keep holding that posture for about 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be exactly 2 minutes. Now, if you add, now this is not Amy Cuddy's program, this is JJ's program. So if you add to the posture 2 incredibly powerful things, your smile. Smiling brings a whole nother bunch of cool hormones into your body. So your amygdala brain, your subconscious mind go, oh, she's smiling. Everything must be fine. So you smile, and while you're holding your 2-minute posture and doing your completion statement, think about something you're grateful for. One of the things I'm grateful for every day of my life is hot and cold running water, because I lived a year of my life in a cabin without any running water or plumbing. That was years ago in my early 20s. And to this day, I still worship running water. And I just, thank you for all the water today that I will drink and that I will use. Thank you, water. Smile. Power posture, gratitude, and a clear, simple declaration of what you're completing. Okay, next slide, please. Yes, our friend Elizabeth says thankfulness is so important. It literally changes your hormones. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your comment. It changes your, well, first of all, I literally, as a clairvoyant, I can actually see this. When a client moves into gratitude, you literally build a bridge, a highway to your higher self from your regular ego mind. You literally have a pathway open to your higher self when you use gratitude. We can't talk enough about that. That's a whole nother webinar. So practice the conscious completion with 4 simple steps. We're going to do it right now. So you guys think of something that you'd like to complete. Keep it short. I mean, it could be yesterday if you want to. And if you can stand up, great. If you can't, just hands up, arms up, and say, I'm choosing to consciously complete this day. So yesterday, you're doing this for yesterday. Smile, be grateful for that day. And I stand in my own power. I now call this day complete and good enough, right? Everything happened in the only way it could have. And it was complete and good enough. You did the best you could. I call this day, and then you just, in a calm, centered tone, voice this powerful declaration. I stand in my own power. I now call this day complete and good enough. The third step, I call back my spirit, my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual energies from this day. Call them back into my heart. I call this complete and good enough. And then continue to hold your power posture. And then the fourth one is the 2 truths again. I did the best I could with what I knew and had available to me at the time. And so did everyone else. Everything happened in the only way it could have. So the 4th step is a repeat of the 2 truths again and again and again. The 2 truths will set you free. And then clap 3 times. That again gets physical energy into the field. And the sound of clapping literally moves energy out of your aura. So I can see auric fields, and when we clap, they just energy moves out. So it's like a vacuum cleaner and moves it on out. Next slide, please. So this is the same verbiage with just a little bit more poetic. And this slide and the other slides will be in the PDFs that you're going to be available to them. And it's just being kind to your mind to do this. Your mind, as we learned years and years ago, what you think creates your reality. I call this day and all of it's been complete. I claim all my creations to be good. I am good enough. Everything I did and all that I am is good enough. I am worthy of love, peace, belonging, and joy. I give thanks for all the gifts of this wonderful day, and I call it complete. So this declaration is a little bit more heartfelt. You can do them both, the previous one and this one, do them together, because really you did the best you could, and you are so worthy, and you are full of magnificence. And this is definitely a way to claim that. Now, then you close your eyes, take a gentle breath, and give yourself a hug. And then when you lay your head down to go to sleep, just again say, it's done. I did the best I could. And now I choose restful, healing sleep. That's simple. Next slide, please. So you did it, guys. You did your first 5-minute conscious completion. You did it. It was simple. It was fun. And this is a quote from one of my colleagues that said, thank you, JJ, for helping me live in much greater peace. This tool has changed my life. It seems too simple to be so effective. And that is something that happens with my clients all the time. I've got tons of tools, and all of my tools, I told Spirit, don't bring me anything that's going to take people 2 hours to do. These people have big lives. What can we do in 5 minutes? What tools can we do in 8 minutes? Bring me things that are going to be truly helpful. And because of their simplicity, people often don't do them. Be wise. Do this every day. Okay, next one, please. All right, now there's another way to do conscious completions, and this is ceremonial conscious completions. This is for bigger things in our lives. This is for a major life event like a job loss or a divorce or a major change. The same 4 steps apply, but you may want to add ceremony to it. And I'll give you an example of this. Almost 8 years ago, it'll be 8 years in February, I decided to change everything about my food life. My food life was not healthy. I had a lot of guilt and shame around it. I was up and down yo-yo dieting for 20 years. My food life was a major undermining of my power, and I knew I needed to change everything. And I knew I needed to release sugar, flour, and all processed foods. I didn't say I was going to release it for life, but I knew I needed to release it. And so I did a ceremony, a conscious completion ceremony around all of my favorite foods that have sugar, flour, says foods in them. And I set a beautiful table with tablecloth and china and crystal and silver and flowers. And I had framed pictures of all the angels and everybody, Buddha, all the masters, everybody was dining with me of higher power. And I called my friends and said, tonight I'm having food sex. Don't call me. And if you don't hear from me by 10, I'm probably dead. So I proceeded for the next 4 hours with candles blazing and drinking wine, and I celebrated each and every one of those foods and put them down and said, I used to think you were my friend, and you no longer are. And I did not get sick. I did not throw up. I ate for 4 hours of everything I wanted to, that I would no longer be eating. And on February 14th, in just a couple months, I will celebrate 8 years without sugar, flour, and processed food. 8 years, you guys. It is possible. Now, why did that happen? Well, first of all, I was ready to put down what had been hurting me. I was in more pain, and I needed that pain to stop. So my readiness, my willingness was really, really, really high. And I'd gotten some good advice from people, and I knew that these things had to go if anything else was going to work. And the ceremony, I put everything into it. I mean, I was on my knees when I started it. Like, help me. I need help to do this. And as a result of the ceremony, like I said, I didn't get sick from eating all that food. It was grace. There was so much grace in that. The next day, the very next day, I was scrolling on Facebook, which was not my habit back then. I was relatively new to Facebook and I didn't like it. And all of a sudden, something shows up on Facebook. The very next day, the cute little universe came in with the answer to what I needed for support. And it was a program, and it said, is your brain stopping you from losing weight? And since I'm a student of neuroscience, I'm like, squirrel, I'm on that. I'm doing that. And 6 hours later, I was in a boot camp that changed my life, and I got a whole team of support. And as you can see, the rest is history. Now, I want to talk about a specific ceremonial completion that might be relevant for some of you. Many of you, or some of you, may have been involved in other network marketing companies that you're no longer involved with, or other jobs. And I recommend, if you're not actively involved, in other words, doing action toward any other network marketing, do a conscious completion on every one you've ever done, and also all your jobs that you are not actively involved with right now. Complete your jobs so that that subconscious energy can come forth and support you and fuel you where you are now with your LifeWave brand partnership. Conscious completion ceremonially can be about anything. I can't tell you how many women have said, you know, I've been divorced for 7 years, but I still don't feel divorced from my ex-husband. And so what we found is the divorce was legal, but it wasn't spiritually and emotionally completed. And we can do that together. So anything that's big in your life, give it a ceremony, give it some time, but mostly get in that habit of every day at the end of your day, completing today with just this loving completion. Next slide, please. I could go on and on about this, but we should move on. Okay. So conscious completion for every aspect of your life. Friendships, loss and trauma, habits and patterns. Is there a habit that you'd really like to put down in 2025? Do a conscious completion around it. Do a ceremony around it. Say, this habit isn't serving me anymore. Get some witnesses. Witnesses really make a difference. romance, holidays, work, completions of anything. It works for every aspect of life. Just do it. It's so simple. Next, please. When to do them? Well, at the end of every day is the practice that I'm really, really wanting to instill in your soul. Do this every day. But also at the end of a project, like I will do a completion around this webinar when I'm finished today, and end of a school year, or twice a day at midday and end of the day. I like to complete as I go along. End of meetings or any major event, vacations, bigger life events that may need ceremony and layering. So just whenever to do them, when you feel you want. And also, if you're starting to feel a little stuck, just ask yourself, wow, what is it that I can complete right now? Consciously complete, give it up. Put my arms up in the air and give it up. Your energy will rise. Next, please. It's so valuable. Oops, back to, there we go. Thanks, Gregory. Uh, you rewrite your story. You rewrite your future. You grow peace and joy. You release old beliefs and stuck places. Lighten your subconscious mind, people. Oh my God, we have so much stuff we're carrying around in that subconscious mind. And that all that stuff is not present. And only in the present is where your power is. It enhances your connection to your higher self. It's just your inner genius is right there. But if you're focused backwards on what you're not letting go of, what you're resenting, you can't access that genius. It definitely increases your creativity and your resourcefulness and a deeper sense of well-being. It's just like, oh, things are better when I consciously complete. And it transcends self-sabotage, shame, and guilt, because you're using those two truths a lot. Next, please. Refuse to be conditioned, everybody. Refuse. Simply don't allow it anymore. It's like the rest of my life. I choose my inner landscape. I choose the sunny skies. Set yourself free with conscious completions. It's so easy. Next slide, please. Your higher self is ready and eager to awaken you to the abundance of worthiness, wisdom, power, and love that already exists in you. This is not something you have to earn or learn, you guys. We just have to remember it, and we have to get out of its way. Your magnificent strength and power is already in you. Just get out of its way. There's lots of ways to do that, but one of them is conscious completions. Thank you so much, Robin. This is the end of our formal presentation.
Hey, well, JJ, I love this every time I hear it. And in my mind, I keep going through the little things, like all these little incompletes that we have in our house, in our life. You
Yeah.
know, something that's broken or something that's in the wrong place or something that needs to leave the house. The metaphor that I've used, with you is it's kind of like holes in the boat, and our energy is leaking when we have
Exactly.
all those things happening. And when we complete them, it's like yesterday I had to return something and the box came opened and it didn't have the paperwork, and I was like, nah, 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 blah blah blah. And I was watching a little victimhood there, and then I went, well, this is from Nordstrom, it should be easy. And it just took a little while, but um anyway, it just is so empowering, when I handle those little things that are niggling away, that are incomplete, and I look around my house, there's a lot of them. So at this time of the year, it's such a power. We're completing a year. We're
Yes.
completing an amazing year with our business and with our lives. And so this very simple technique, and I watch those two truths because it's so easy to be in victim. I mean, I was watching myself yesterday being victim from, a few situations that are going on. I'll spare the details, but I had to reclaim myself and realize, okay, they're doing the best they can. It happened the way it did. Okay, what can we do now? So this is
Yes.
so simple and so powerful. And I noticed there was a question and we're going to talk about the handouts and how you get all the information. Someone said, can you do a group? Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. It was it was about, can you clump them together? or do you have to do them separately, all these completions? Yeah.
Oh, that is a great question. There's no wrong way to do completions. Okay. You just do it. But like my, changing my food life, which is a huge thing that deserved its own its own time slot. But yeah, you can complete everything in the day. Everything I did today, you can clump them together. But if something has a particular emotional charge for you, you might want to give that a little special attention, or you find yourself running it again in your head, then you might need to just tune into that a little bit more and really focus the two truths on that. It's like, wait a minute, everything happened the only way it could have. I will not waste my time anymore with shoulda coulda. I choose to stop that mental habit now. So clump them together, whatever works, just do it. Just do it.
Well, this is what I love, 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 love about your work is it's so simple and so powerful. And I have been working with JJ for what, 35 plus years? I don't know.
Well,
But
we met in 1992,
okay.
so that's a lot of years. Yeah.
It's been a lot of years, and JJ's my first phone call when I need a bigger picture to see what's really going on that I can't see myself. And oh, I'm so grateful to have her. And then I love sharing her with you guys. So I want to share a few more things. So Gregory, you want to come to the next slide? And I want to share a few more teammates that have shared that Dr. Pam is with us. She was able to come on, but I'm going to read it for her.
Great.
And Dr. Pam Lewin is one of our beloved doctors who is a huge contribution to our community. And she said, JJ Joshua entered my life emanating love and joy from her very core. She helped me release lifetime patterns and ideas that were holding me back. JJ worked with me at the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and financial levels to help me gain a spirit of abundance and create a miracle in my life in the pursuit of my highest purpose. I am grateful to JJ Joshua for helping me raise my consciousness and my personal integrity. My actions are now congruent with my goals and intentions. How beautiful is that?
Pam, thank you,
That's
sweetie.
that's the way we want to live. And JJ is an intentional coach. And part of intention is integrity, is having our actions reflect what is most important in our life. So Dr. Pam, I'm excited to talk to you since you've been working with JJ. It's so fun for me because I get to witness the before and after. And then we have one more, and then we're going to
Thank
go
you,
into
JJ.
There you go. And this is from Jennifer Allen. A lot of people know Jennifer as Michael Jaco's sponsor, and she's a woman of great service in our community. And she said, I highly recommend JJ Joshua as a deeply trained life coach. And Jennifer is a deeply trained coach. So for her to say that means a lot. She's a woman of integrity, light, and love. I met JJ when I was going through an unexpected life-changing divorce. She helped me clear up the connections in this lifetime and many others. We worked on transcending attitudinal stuckness that was centered in fear and guilt. She helped me realize with real eyes, if I let go of my marriage, I would free myself on many levels. She showed me how to go forward focused only on pure love. JJ also helped me clear the way to my physical healing when I experienced a major knee injury and headed towards knee replacement, which I no longer need. Now JJ is coaching me to focus my energy on growing my team and moving up to SPD.
Sweetie, here you go,
There
Jennifer.
you go. And this is, what I said earlier. It's so powerful to have something so simple, to have someone else see what's in the way. Like JJ has amazing intuitive gifts, and she also has access to something called the Akashic Records, and she can see things, and she has access to wonderful resources to just simplify and, release a lot of those obstacles in the way. So let's see here. We have time for, let's go to the next slide, Gregory. Because JJ's going to share how you can get your free stuff. Go for it.
Yeah, somebody said, how do I get in touch with JJ? All you need to know we're going to cover right now, and it will be available. Where is all this going to be available, Robin, for everybody?
It will be in the liveyoungersuccess.com website in the What's New section later today.
Okay. And so everybody knows those links. They have those links.
Oh, yeah, they better.
Okay. So first of all, you want to go get, it's not a 9-page handout. We upgraded it. It's a 10-page handout, which is a deep dive of everything that's covered here today. And also go to my website at jj4forinsight.com and get at the very end, the main page, you want to click on your free gift for transcending emotional triggers. And that is 6 pages and 2 videos of transcending emotional triggers if anybody needs any help with that. And then we have, I think it's 52 practical videos on my video channel right there on my website. All this is free. And instructional YouTubes also in my resources tab. So there's 12 PDFs there. The most important thing I've ever written and will ever write is free and available at the resources tab. And it's called Forgiveness, the Master Healer. And included in that is a discussion about the 2 truths. And I received spiritual guidance for that whole document, and it changes lives if you just read that one. So Forgiveness, the Master Healer in the resources tab. Let's go to the next slide, please.
Before you go on, I just want to say that website that you created is so loaded that you could have your life changed by just using the tools and resources and going through that website. I mean, periodically I just go through it and I get inspired. So go for it.
Thank you, Robin. So how to get started with me? Everybody starts the same way. We start with a free, fun, no pressure discovery conversation so that you can learn a little bit more about my particular way that I approach coaching, and I can learn about your goals, and we will just know in 30 minutes if it's a good fit or not. It's very, very simple and very fun. And the best way to reach me, because of my very active and very creative dyslexic brain, the best way to reach me is via my email. And that's jj@jj4forinsight.com. And again, this is all going to be available to you later today. And by the way, I have 2 time slots open today, one at 11 o'clock Pacific time and one at 1 o'clock Pacific time. So first come, first serve. Anybody wants to get a discovery conversation in today, I have 2 open slots, and I will just take them and, in order of appearance, who comes first, and schedule about 30 minutes for the call and 30 more minutes if we needed it. So we've got a special for you guys. I never discount my pricing. My rates are based on time. But we have a special pricing for all of you in Life Live, and whether you were here or not, you can spread the word. And all that's required to get this special discount, thanks Gregory, is to get your discovery conversation on the calendar by the end of the year. It doesn't have to be in this calendar year, but we need to book it. So because I know the rest of the year is very busy for everybody, we may not be able to actually get it done. But if we get it booked by the end of the year, you qualify for this discount. So you can do a single session, which is normally $300 for $287. 2 session strong start package, 2 weeks apart. And all of these sessions are 90 minutes long. We get a lot done in a very short period of time. And that's normally $560 for $527. And then there's the 3-session empowerment package. Again, 90-minute sessions every 2 weeks is a really good rhythm. So that's a 6-week period, which covers about half of a season. Half of a season is a major change in human evolution. And that is $767, normally $847. I encourage you to just reach out to me via email to get the discovery conversation, and then we can just go from there. It's really simple. It's really fun. And my job is to get the most amount of change possible for you that you can literally feel it in your heart and take to the bank every session, every minute. I think, is there another slide, Gregory? Yeah, okay, so here's the resources available to you today. Today's recording, the PDF of the slides, and the deep dive PDF handout. So tons of stuff. Plus, make sure you go get your Transcending the Emotional Triggers on my website. So that's it. I think we're complete with all the formalities. And I want to thank Pamela and Connie and Jennifer for their beautiful testimonials and for the absolute joy of working with you. The willingness level of those people and Robin is extraordinary. And it's just been my deep honor to work with so many LifeWave people.
Thank you, JJ.
I'm happy to say that Liz just sent me a text, and the PDF of today's slides and the deep dive 10-page handout is already loaded in Live Younger Success. So everyone, when you get right off this call, you can go to liveyoungersuccess.com and go to the What's New section. You can download the slides that you've just seen and the 10-page handout. And within the next couple hours, we'll have the recording up there also that you could maybe share with some of your folks that weren't able to be on this wonderful webinar, or maybe you want to watch it again like I do.
Oh, yes, please share it. Please share it. But the discounting price is only relevant for LifeWave peeps.
There you go.
Like JJ says, she doesn't ever discount. And what I've observed of JJ is she continually is working on herself. So every time people work with her now, they get a lot more faster. Even in the introductory calls, people can get a life-changing impact. And so, if you're ready, and we are officially in the holiday season, and there are a lot of triggers for people in the holiday season from whatever. And if you use these tools, you can enjoy your holiday so much more. Oh, so much more. Oh, Gregory.
And I just want to tease everybody. This is just page 1 of the 10 pages. And I just saw page 1 when JJ first sent it to me. I thought, well, that's a great handout. And she goes, but it's 10 pages long. And I started scrolling through it. And this is a vast wealth of knowledge, folks. This is something that you definitely will want to make a companion on your life growth and path. So thank you for doing that for everyone.
Thank you.
And many of us have JJ quotes all over our office. And where's my gold star? Oh, here we go. I got to show you. He's always right here.
Gregory's got his.
I got a wonderful human award.
And here's mine. I'm the gold star lady. I believe in gold stars. And let's give everybody the big gold star for showing up today. Here's the big one.
Yeah, so we have a few more minutes. If anyone has any questions, we have a few more minutes to the top of the hour if you want to ask JJ anything.
Raise your hand.
Yeah, raise your hand makes it easier for us to have you share. Or if anyone who's worked with JJ and wants to share also, you're welcome to do that too. My intention and my goal with everybody is that that your business is the vehicle for you to live the lifestyle of your dreams. And sometimes there's stuff in the way that we can't even see. And that is one of the greatest gifts of JJ, is she can see them and help us, melt them away. and use that power pose every day. If you're
every day, peeps, every day. And this is another powerful pose with the hands together, which kind of connects you to your higher self. And just putting your hands in that position, as well as the hands on the hips, the victory stand, get your body into it. Again, I want to stress that my work works on all 4 levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And physical includes financial. Anything you can touch, taste, smell, or count is physical. And so without getting to all 4 levels, your progress will be less robust. So that's what we do in every session.
Yeah. And any other questions or comments from anybody?
No questions?
No questions. So you guys got it. I love it. Now we do know that many people are going for some big ranks this week, and these tools will help you get there. Use them.
And they're simple tools. Everything that I've ever designed for my clients is designed with a person who has a big life. You just need to fold them in. I had a client who was near suicide, and he told me that, and I said, well, I don't have, suicide prevention training, so I will give you some phone numbers on that. But would you try this one thing for me? Would you try one thing for 3 days and call me back? Can you just put this off for 3 days? And so this is something I didn't mention before today. On my video channel, on my website, at the very top, pinned, is a video called The Most Important 8 Minutes of Your Life. And if you start your day with that, and you end your day with conscious completion, if those are the only 2 habits you change in your life, 1 year from now, you're going to be gobsmacked by how things have changed. So starting your day intentional way. I've been teaching intentional living since my first sales job, my first sales manager job when I was 27 years old. I was a sales manager in the field, didn't know anything, but I was reading, Zig Ziglar and all the books. And how you start your day and how you end your day. And also you connect with your soul, you connect with your higher self. We're so mentally focused. We need to connect with the soul inside of us.
All right. Well, we got a few hands up. We got Valerie, and then we have Carl. So Valerie, you want to unmute? Hello, my dear.
Hi,
How are
Valerie.
you?
This is a major love bug, JJ.
Oh, hi, Valerie.
We're like soul sisters as soon as we first met.
Yeah.
JJ, I have a question. There's and I'm not going to remember the name, Robin, but you just mentioned it, that I'm curious about and I know nothing about. So very ignorant in what y'all are talking about with the something records.
Okay, good question. It's called the Akashic Records. It's even referred to in the Bible as the Book of Life. So, but let's fast forward to 8th grade science class. In 8th grade science class, we learned that energy doesn't die, right? It just changes form, it doesn't go away, it just changes. And so your soul is an energy field. So this is your higher self. It has an energy field. And everything that soul has ever experienced is recorded in what's called the Book of Life. It's not an actual book, it's an energy thing. And I was born being able to read this information. I didn't understand it till I was 33. And so it's just another database. But that database is a lot about, sometimes we'll get stuck in a pattern. And by reading the Akashic Records, I can see how we can, if you've ever had a really fine gold necklace that's all tangled up, right? Once you get that safety pin in just exactly the right place, you can untangle it. And so that's what I can do by seeing the Akashic Records. Does that help, Valerie?
It does. When you're talking about energy and what have you, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just energy, and there's lots of energetic sensitives that can see it, and it's just there. It's just like you go to get blood work, you see things that are in the blood that you can't see without a certain test, and so it's just there. Yeah, and it can be very helpful in getting out of our way.
Awesome. Thank you for that, JJ.
Thank
Good
you.
question.
We have Carl and then Megan.
Oh, good morning. Love your positivity, JJ. Thank you for sharing what you've shared. Couldn't agree more that victimhood is a terrible neighborhood to live in, and that we all pass through it, but it's important not to camp there. As you said, you are a clairvoyant, and I don't know much about clairvoyance other than that they have special spiritual abilities. And when you talk about praying, prayer to me is like a text message. Could you put a finer point on it? Where is that prayer going to? Where are you sending that prayer?
My spiritual path is so simple. It is going to the highest source of love. There's fear in this universe and there's love in this universe. And I work for the I work for the love universe. And so when I send up a prayer, it's to the highest holy light that is guiding us toward the knowledge, the gnosis of love inside of ourselves, that we are love, made of love, for love? And so it's a great question. So, but it's not specific, it's general. It's like, well, where is the love here? And we can use love to leverage healing. And everything, my whole life is a walking prayer. Every single thing I do, all day long, dedicating it to serving love's purpose through me. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It's throwing it out into the universe, I guess. And I understand what you're saying. I guess some of us believe in a creator God. I'm wondering what your take is on that.
Oh, I absolutely do, but I also believe that I can't possibly put words on it. That I think anything that I've been taught about the creator God is so much less than what it really is. So for me, I just try to just, what is serving love's purpose through me? And that way, I definitely believe in a creator God, and I believe that God created all this energy, and it's our job to either use the energy for serving love's purpose or not. And there's no in between. You're either in the fear universe or the love universe. And there's a great Native American parable. It's actually on my website, on the parable of the two wolves, that we all have a dark wolf and we all have a light wolf, and which wolf are you feeding? And so that's the wolf that we're feeding, is the love universe. Yeah, and it doesn't really matter.
If I may just chime in on that, Carl, I've worked very closely with JJ, and she works directly with Jesus and the angels, and she was connected since she was a young child, and so she ties into source, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. So she's there with it all with us.
Thank you for that. You reminded me of something, Gregory. Carl, if you go to my website under the Meet JJ tab, and there's my bio, which is boring, but there's a little click that says JJ's story, and it's called the Pink Rose story. And it is, I'm thinking I was about 16 months old, because I was still crawling and I was wearing diapers. It's one of my first memories. And I had an absolute experience through a pink rose of divine love. And I knew in that moment, and in the story I wrote, and from that moment on, I became a spiritual seeker. And I never found that love in a human relationship. That is a whole different love. And that was my first experience. And it's right there under Meet JJ if you wanna read about that.
Well, I want to thank you for your time here and your very positive presentation.
Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you for your questions.
Okay, Megan.
Megan.
Hi.
Hi, Megan.
I have a slightly less question. I just want to know, like, do you have anything on Instagram or a podcast that we have an easier way of connecting with you?
Why, that is such a good question, and the answer is no. I have my website, which is loaded, and I send out, like, periodically every 6 weeks or so, I'll send out an email with a fresh video. So I have purposely not gotten involved with Instagram. I keep my life really simple. And I've had advisors say you need to, but at this moment, Megan, I'm not on Instagram. I do have a Facebook presence, but I'm not there a lot. And so to just, get my website written down, go visit it. There's, like Robin said, you can literally read it. And there's lots of information for you. So yeah, I'm not the social media is not my strength. And I don't have that available to you. My apologies for that.
Oh, no, not at all. I just want to say thank you because my thing, I just talked to my upline yesterday and we talked about how, like, I always choose, I guess, like a theme for my next year, and I always do it in December because, we're ramping up for that. And for next year, it's leveling up. And I think this is exactly what I needed to get to that next point. So seriously, thank you so much. And I'm very excited about where this is going to take us.
Oh, that's
Yes, thanks so much, Megan.
I want to mention something that Jada asked in the chat. She said, JJ, did you grow up in a positive home? Just wondering how you became so positive. That's quite a question for you, isn't it?
I did not grow up in a positive home. And by the time I was 23, I'd experienced 17 major traumas. So I got to where I am with lots of hard work, thousands of books, lots of education. And my dad was an old-fashioned salesman. He graduated from Denver University and then went on to Gale Carnegie School of Professional Sales. And he was a shine your shoes every day kind of salesman. And my dad, not back at home, but when he was out in the world, he was moving through the Dale Carnegie world. And I picked that up. I got that kind of through osmosis. So I learned it. I earned it. Yeah, I got the stripes.
I would say you definitely earned it. And you know, JJ's not going to get into detail, but those traumas were very, very serious. And she is on the other side. She is not a victim. She comes from joy and light, but she's done deep, deep work. And that's how come she's able to help so many people. She's been there. And it was really, really, really dark. Yeah.
And I often think of all of us, and this, kind of goes back to one of the previous questions and working our way back to the light, that we have to grab each other by the shirt, it's like, get up the ladder, get coming, and I fall down, somebody pulls me up, you fall down, I pull you up. We have to just keep moving toward the love. And some days it's hard, but you just, one more step, do the completion habit.
That's so beautiful. Well, we are at the end of our time, and I want to thank everyone for sticking around and hope this provided some value for you at this really potent time of the year, that you embrace, just take one little thing and it could be life-changing. Honestly, I have been working with JJ for a long time, and it just keeps getting better. And it is my joy and privilege to share JJ with each of you, because she's changed my life so much and my family's life. And she was on retainer when Gregory was going through his little cancer dance. And she was there for us 24/7, and I'll never, ever forget it. And, her love and support and caring is just been a huge gift. So thank you all.
Thank you, Robin. Before we turn off, I really must acknowledge you and Gregory. The ripple effect of your love. Talk about the love universe. The ripple effect of your love is not measurable. And then I get to tag along every now and then, get in the pool and play with you is just absolutely just stunning. 30 years, Robin and I have been together. Gregory and I were born just 3 hours apart. So the same year, 3 hours difference. And I thank you for your dedication, Gregory and Robin, to love's purpose through you, and how the many ways you do that every day. And for all of us involved with the Gregory Robin LifeWave universe, let's just keep growing the love. Yeah, just keep growing it, choosing very consciously every day, which wolf am I feeding right now? Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, JJ. That was fabulous. As
Thank you,
always,
guys.
it just keeps getting better. And I saw in the chat that someone's already sent you an email. So go check your emails.
I will go right to my emails, and JJ@JJ4Insight is the best way to reach me. And thank you again for the chance to be with you all today, and have a great holiday season. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you,
can unmute
JJ.
and say
Goodbye.
thank
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Everybody can
Bye.
unmute now if you'd like.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you. Happy
Seven,
holidays.
two.
Thank you so much.
Perfectly
Thank you,
perfect.
That was
everyone.
life
Thank you so
changing.
much. Thank you, JJ and Robin and Gregory.
Thank you,
Love and
Pamela.
light to
Motivating.
Thank you, Liz, for getting stuff on the
Outs-
success website already.
Outstanding. Liberating.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Excellent. Thank you,
Beam of
JJ.
light.